Welcome back, YouTube, for another performance psychology video here. Today's topic is going to be on don't quit just yet. Right? Pretty interesting topic we're going to go into. And before we jump into that, I want to go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a quote. I don't exactly know who it's by this one, but I did like it when I saw it. So we'll just go into it. The quote basically says here, losers quit when they fail and winners fail until they succeed. So personally, I want you guys to remember, when life just got harder, congratulations, folks, you just leveled up, right? We want to compare this to, I like to compare it to video games. I like to play video games, right? And when you play video games online challenging other people, in the beginning, as you play, you might not be as good, right? So you're going to be teamed up or put into a lobby of people who are just beginning. But as you develop that skill, right, and you become better, they place you into lobbies with people who are around your same skill level, right? So it becomes a little bit harder. So, if you're playing something along the lines of maybe Call of Duty and you get maybe 15, 20 kills in, the lobby that you were in, and they move you into a different one, and it becomes harder to get that same amount of kills, right? And you start to notice the people around you that you're playing with, are recognizing your movements and moving just as quickly and killing you just as fast, right? You start to see that it becomes a little bit harder, right? And they don't tell you that they do this. They just automatically do that. They match you up with people around your skill level, and it's to force you into a position where you get better, right? And that's what happens usually is the more you are around people around that skill level of yours, you start to get better, and you start to build, you know, a better understanding of what's going on, right? And how to move faster and how to adjust to your opponent's movements. And you know, that's the thing. When life gets hard, congratulations, you just leveled up, right? And same thing with anything you do in life, but I like to relate it to video games because I play a lot of video games, kind of relieve stress and, get my mind off of different things. So, it makes sense to me. But with that said, let's go ahead and get into the topic, which is don't quit just yet. Now, today's topic is going to be geared towards those that just want to quit, those that feel like they just haven't been seeing the results they were looking for and are just, so pulled down by their emotions that it becomes very difficult to really even want to do anything in life. And, maybe it's damaging a lot of their relationships around them, right? And so some types of distress, occurs when your interpretation of uncertainty becomes much more than just money at risk. Things that will get you into the position of wanting to quit is things along the lines of despair, desperation, discouragement, depression. These are emotions that will get you to the point where you really want to just call it quits and give up. And maybe not just give up on trading, but maybe if it's bad enough, give up on life in general, right? So there's many reasons that we come to this stage, as traders. And well, a lot of times it comes from just being so hyped up on your decision to becoming a day trader and conquering that goal that over a period of maybe weeks, months, or years, when you've read all the books, you attended all the seminars, you watched all the videos on YouTube, you've gone through many different trading courses and you still can't seem to get past the break-even point, or maybe it's just a continuous losing streak. Now, sure, you may take winning trades for a few days or weeks, but in the end, the losing trades keep taking back those hard-earned gains. And at this point, it probably feels like you're stuck on a road and you're going nowhere. All right. The feelings of confidence are starting to wear down. Emotions such as fear, anxiety, greed, depression, shock, denial, frustration, anger, uncertainty, lack of discipline and patience, resentment, and so much more start to fill your mind and your heart, and it becomes really overwhelming to the point where you just don't understand how to overcome this. And the more you go through this cycle, or what we like to call S curve, the more draining it becomes and the deeper into this hole you have dug that you put yourself into. And I think maybe some of you can relate to this, but sometimes it even feels like you're taking one step forward and three steps back. And the more you learn, the more you feel like you don't know what you're talking about. So, I get it. You're tired of consistently being wrong, tired of losing the cash you put in and the time you sacrificed to be away from your family in the first place. Maybe the people that were there in the beginning for you have seen you struggle for so long, and instead of continuing to be supportive of you, they are maybe turning their back on you. Now, being in this mindset makes you feel like the markets and maybe the people around you are out to get you. Right? And when you're feeling discouraged like this, it's usually because our visions of success are usually out of line with reality. Maybe you thought this magic software was going to get you the success you wanted. Maybe you thought you were going to become a millionaire trader overnight. Maybe you thought you were going to get these big moves in the stock market. These unrealistic expectations. Maybe your strategies that were working in the past aren't working anymore. Or maybe you even got burned out from trading, right? And a lot of times, I want you guys to understand that this with burning out occurs when you feel like, you don't have enough energy or time to accomplish all the things that you want to achieve. It occurs when, we live an unbalanced lifestyle over an extended period of time. And it's important to understand that, we live in a very competitive world today. So in order to be successful in anything you want to do or become, you will need to invest the time, energy, and focus to master what you're doing to the point where you have an edge over others around you. Now, yes, this will take submerging yourself in the markets in order to develop that trader's lifestyle and mindset. And when you compare this to other things such as becoming a doctor, a lawyer, athlete, engineer, these things take extreme focus and time. And even a lot of people who go through it will also tell you of the imbalances that occurred along their journey because of the submerging they felt they needed to do along the way. However, with this said, we can't allow the imbalance to last for too long. If we do, we are going to suffer from burnout, both mentally and physically. And I get it, it's easy to find yourself in a place where you don't spend any time away from your computer, not being physically fit, not investing time in your relationships, whether it's family or friends, and you don't experience emotions that aren't related to trading. This usually almost always leads to burnout, these types of things here, right? And there's things that you need to rebalance your life, right? You need some work, of course. You're going to need some play, and you're going to need the emotional and maybe even spiritual connections. And for me, I think it's important that you need to feel like you're making a difference or an impact, whether it be in the environment or someone else's life. Feeling, that feeling extends beyond even making money. It's actually a greater feeling than making money in this stock market because you're giving back to someone or something. Yeah, I give you my personal experience. I love giving back by teaching. So when, I'm in the London session, sometimes I honestly don't even place a trade because I find it of more importance to give back to those who are struggling by really helping them understand the pain point and how to overcome that pain point. Now, I want you guys, in this video, I want you guys to really think about which of these problems you're suffering from. And maybe it could be all three, right? But if you're suffering from unrealistic expectations, here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to really consider getting yourself around someone who has a proven trading strategy and experience in the market to help you realign your expectations and rebalance you. Get yourself around someone who has an extensive experience in the markets. I mean, maybe you won't see the results immediately, but the growth will happen the more you get yourself around someone who knows what they're doing and applies the rules and the criteria consistently, and will also help you do the same and keep you accountable. Maybe if you're suffering from a changing market, first, of course, protect your capital, bring down the position size, and maybe even move to simulator mode and simplify the process and criteria and get back to the basics and fundamentals, right? A market is ever changing. We understand that market's always going to be changing, and the conditions of the market is always going to be changing, but the fundamentals of market structure stay the same. And every seasoned trader is going to experience this and have to adapt and make the necessary changes because things don't continue to always work out the same way, right? So maybe you even want to be looking to be open-minded to new strategies. And for those who are struggling with burning out, from trading, I think a great way to help with this is to dial back on your trading and focus on the most reliable setups. Not just do this for a day or two, but maybe at least a few weeks to rebuild your confidence and rebalance your emotions and mindset. All right, so these are some tips for you guys who are really struggling and feel like, you know what, I just can't do this anymore and I want to give up and I want to quit, right? These are some motivational tips. These are, usually what I see some people, where I see people falling in line of, whether it be unrealistic expectations, struggling with the changing market conditions, or even burning out, as they're trying to do everything all at once, right? So hopefully this helps you guys out in your journey. If you guys did like this video, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if you guys are, I really appreciate that. Thank you guys for all the support that you guys have given me, and I really hope that these videos are helping you guys out. But other than that, guys, we are going to cut it from here. You guys take care. You guys have a great day.